No.
What's fun?
Because
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
have a lot of views with the Qatar, etc. Man, this is not what we are after.
Et franchement, ça, c'est un truc qu'on peut. On
only
peut.
Un truc
podcast
qu'on peut
that does
kiffer.
not care about
we don't
views.
want to succeed. We just want to have
Don't
fun.
click. Don't follow us.
All right. Okay, thank you everybody for being here. Tonight we have another episode of
Another Day in
Paradise.
Paradise.
So here is what we a lot of people tell me, oh, Another Day in Paradise, the song, right? Yeah, exactly. Phil Collins stole the title from me.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Before you were born.
Come on, Phil. What are you talking about? So anyways, there is of course, you cannot avoid watching or hearing about it on TV or radio or whatever media you're watching. It's the World Cup.
The main event.
It has been
That everybody
criticized.
has not been waiting for.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm very rude. I'm with
Oh,
the,
yes.
the Ben Ryans. I'm with Reda and with Ali, and
Yay.
pretty cool topic. Honestly, I think what you told me in another podcast that we shot together, Ali, is that a lot of people are angry with Qatar, and they are blaming them for a lot of things because of the way they stole. Can I say that? They stole the
They
World Cup.
bought.
They bought.
I mean, you can say that.
That's the one.
It's an expensive way to steal.
Purchase. Yeah, for sure, sure. So, I know you work in environment, and
Yeah.
so can you say it? Say what you told me, the argument that you told me, but in English this time. So Qatar is not really. Is the World Cup in general environmentally friendly?
Give me a second to translate.
Okay,
In my
translating,
brain.
computing.
Okay, I'm there.
A few moments later.
A few moments now.
So,
Basically,
Are the World Cups good for the environment in general?
no such big event, whether it's a sporting event or whatever, is great for the environment.
Okay.
Because we get a lot of people in a single place for a limited amount of time that are not supposed to be there. That means the entire infrastructure, the entire consumption system, transport system, whatever you can think of, is not designed to host that many people.
Yeah.
So either you invest heavily to develop the place where you're hosting all this so that they can handle that many people,
Yeah.
which create its own challenges and has some environmental impact, or you're not that well prepared, and then you get the impact anyway. So there's bound to be something, but it's not much different from any other World Cup or a big event that has been done
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
But I mean, come on, the World Cup in summer, and the heat there goes up really, really high. So they have AC. They will AC the streets. They will AC the
So
pitch.
they said.
So they said. But do you don't
Man.
think so? Am I boring you?
In the test,
Oh, almost got you there.
yeah, almost. It's a good.
Come back.
It's a good comeback. It's the yawn in place.
Exactly.
Basically, what happens is they already did some tests. They opened like a stadium not too long ago, and they hosted like a big game. And basically, things didn't go so well because
No, it did not.
the famous AC system didn't really work. And they did very good PR about it. Like, that's why we test stuff.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But so a lot of people are still skeptical, and we don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off. And also, like we said in another podcast, we won't know the effects before it actually happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in this kind of field, it's very hard to speculate, because sometimes you end up with surprising results. Sometimes you see that it's quite catastrophic. So
How can you measure them though?
well, you can measure with the impact.
Yeah.
The
It's
carbon footprint and stuff.
all kinds of footprints. The number of trash that's going to be left, the number of energy that's going to be consumed, the efficiency of the systems.
Yeah.
Because it's foremost, it's first and foremost, it's comfort system.
Mm.
I mean, they're not doing it to cool the grass so that the ball
No, of
goes at
course,
a certain
yeah,
speed.
of
It's for
course,
the
of course.
supporters to feel okay in
But it's funny
in the
that
heat.
you brought up the environment for this event.
Yeah.
Like everybody's talking about Qatar and environment and stuff like that. But like you said, there's any main event that brings in a lot of people has that same effect, including
Another Day in
the
Paradise.
event that's going on right now in
The cup,
Sharm el
the
Sheikh, that
climate
is
change cup.
supposedly done to stop this whole stuff, has the same effect basically.
True.
So
They
why
all
do we
come in
bring
planes.
up about
it's
the
a
World
much
Cup?
it's a much smaller scale. It's like 5,000 people is not like a few million. That they
Yeah,
are
but
expecting.
listen,
but
private
still.
jets all over the place. I think a private jet burns
Yeah,
a lot of-
but exactly. And when you look at Qatar, the only thing about Qatar is that they did something in their bid, which was very very interesting because now, and that's why I always say you need to wait until after, because when they said when they built their case, which was very professionally made, and it sold very well to FIFA executives along with a few nice bags of cash.
Of course. Always helps. Smooth
Which
things
always
out.
helps, so
Baby.
Smooth
if
things
you're
out.
applying for a job, you know what to do. Like build a nice CV and a nice envelope.
And follow it up with some cash.
But basically, what they did is like, hey, contrary to almost every single other nation that's ever hosted a World Cup, all of our stadiums are within like a 20-mile radius. So
true.
for transport, it's perfect because if you were like
Yeah.
in South Africa
Or even
in
Japan
Brazil,
with Korea and
the
like
two different
it's,
countries. If you want to follow your team, especially if it's a successful team that goes one or two more rounds after the group
Inshallah,
stage.
inshallah, Morocco.
Inshallah, Morocco.
you know Morocco?
Of course. I love Morocco.
You know Morocco.
I know Morocco.
I know.
You know, they used to tell me, oh, Monaco. I'm
clair,
like,
je suis
yeah, Monaco, Monaco. Je suis clair.
Tu es clair.
Shout out to
Shout out to Je suis clair. All right,
suis
let's keep this podcast alive.
Yeah. So basically, that's what happens. They sold it. The stadiums are very close together, so you can basically get there by bus or car very easily from one to the other. But now they didn't anticipate to have to host that many people, or I don't know if they didn't care or they didn't anticipate, but a lot of people are going to actually be living in neighboring countries,
Yeah.
mostly in the UAE and Bahrain.
Bahrain.
And that means taking
both.
Hope
planes,
they bring two
taking 2 planes per day. So you're taking a plane to go to the game
Yeah.
and come back the same day, so that you
Another
can
one
stay
to
for
go
a
back.
couple of days and
Still a
then go
little
back
closer
again.
for transportation purpose.
And for transportation purpose. and and basically so that's that's a huge problem for them now.
That's true. That's true. They also
And they have to bring in boats, which
Boats,
are one of the most
absolutely.
I'm talking about like
Yeah,
cruise
like
ships.
those cruise ships.
That's
Floating
one of the
hotels.
most polluting like travel systems in the planet. So
Mhm.
that's for sure there is some kind of impact, but we'll really only know after you've made measurements. We don't know because if we think that the international fans that are flocking to Qatar like we see in the videos,
Oh, that wasn't very
if
very
they are
nice.
if they're as local, then I don't think transport
Would be a
or
problem.
accommodation is too much of an issue.
So Reda, tell us exactly what happened. Because honestly, I didn't hear about it before. You just told me.
Personally,
That's very funny.
it's so
Obvious.
like it's so shocking that I'm not even sure that it's a real thing.
Okay.
Like it
But-
might be a hoax or something.
Yeah,
It's
it can.
too
It's too
amateur.
preposterous.
Oh my God, that's a good word.
Word of the day.
Word.
You can put the definition. For,
Yes. No,
Or-
I'm not gonna do that. That's too much work.
but like basically, the video was about like was filming fans
Supporters,
like supporting their like fans that actually travel to Qatar and are like
excited about
exciting,
the games, etc.
and like
Yeah.
they show you like, oh, this is like Portugal, and these are the like France supporters, and these are
Spain
like,
and Germany.
Spain, Germany,
Only
and
European
stuff.
countries.
Only
They all
European
look like
countries.
from the
And-
same family.
Yeah, the title is actually supporters from around the globe or the world are flocking to Qatar,
Oh, flocking.
and they all look the same.
Well,
So I don't know where they're flocking.
I don't know
from.
if
That's interesting.
What the
for
fuck.
for Qatar's defense, it's very sunny there, so maybe they tan
Oh,
really
come on.
fast.
Yeah, come
But-
on.
And they all suspiciously grew a beard really fast.
So they all have.
Well, they
like,
did. They did ask people to try to blend in with the local
Yes.
customs.
Yeah, so they blend in too much. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
basically,
are-
like,
You can't recognize the
you only have like
foreigners
Arabs
from the
and-
locals.
I don't know. I think
It's quite funny. Funny video.
Honestly, I really hope that the World Cup goes okay, because I think, like you said, we are so ready to jump on them and tell them, oh, you see, you bought the World Cup. All you have is money. You have no class. You have no.
I
etc.
think the majority is waiting for them to fail.
to fail for sure.
And which is very funny because at the same time, people are still like seemingly excited about the football that's going to be played.
Absolutely.
Of course.
But they would love that, and it's kind of a very weird situation to be in because if you're a supporter or a player or somebody that operates into that area, it's not really up to you because it's not like it was put to a public vote
Yeah.
like 12 years ago and the entire population on the planet voted for Qatar and now we are to blame.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of corrupt individuals who took the decision, and we don't know if it was the right or wrong decision.
But
because it's not like
was Blatter back
Yeah.
then? Because
Yeah.
he spoke out recently saying that we
he,
should have
he's the
done-
one who announced it. There is the image with him in the envelope who
With the
says
envelope saying
Qatar and
Qatar.
blah blah blah.
And he's the one who made the statement of this World Cup should have gone to the US. We should have.
Really?
Yeah, well, by now he spent all the
Too
money
late.
he won on lawyers. So of
No,
course.
because he had two envelopes and he opened the wrong one with the cash. He said, "Oh no, that's not the wrong one." No,
Qatar,
okay, Qatar. Where's the envelope with Qatar? I have too many envelopes here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, FIFA has not the best reputation
No.
for electing World Cups.
No, but it has changed
Organizers.
because before the way it worked, it was a 24 person committee.
Okay.
A lot of
that were
envelopes. so.
weirdly elected by regional associations, and there were some very weird people in there. And when I say weird, I mean you should look at the profiles and of some of these people and what they did because it was very, very, very funny. And now it's like an elected Congress, so all the federations they get a vote
Okay.
in the world, and
Yeah.
that's how
They make it more fair, I guess.
that's how Canada, Mexico,
Yeah.
and the US won the 20
And even the
26,
federations are-
World
Of
Cup.
course, everybody is corruptible, but like it's.
But
it's
if you
harder
have
to corrupt.
if you have to corrupt 206 federations,
Yeah.
it's much harder than 24 individuals who are already
For
in their
sure.
position through some weird
Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
So so it's normal that those who got caught will now try to blame like the
But
whole
it's too
system.
late. Now Qatar will
But
organize it whether
that's
we
the
like
thing.
it or not.
It's too late. So what can you really do about it?
Well, some people are pushing people to boycott this.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's the thing. You boycott something when it's in the process of happening, and the thing that is kind of very weird, at least from my perspective, is that let's say you see, like in Iran right now, there is a
Protests.
a lot of protests. I don't know if we can call it uprising or anything.
I
There's
don't
a
know
lot
if we
of-
want to end up in jail tonight. Let's push the brake here.
There's a
Let's
lot
pump
of
the brake.
people calling for boycotts.
Let's pump the brakes here. You're getting a little too excited for the podcast.
Like no, but
it's another
but-
day
but-
in
but-
paradise, bro.
Paradise.
But
Paradise.
they are pushing for sanctions. They are
Yes.
pushing for boycotts of products, of embargoes, all kind of
Sure,
stuff.
sure.
But it's something that's happening now and based on a very recent event, not something that they've slept on for 12 years.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
And
You
now
think it's
it's
too late?
the flavor of the month.
Let's imagine everybody boycotts the Qatar's World Cup.
you can't.
Maybe for the next one, people will say, you know what? It was a fiasco. Let's make sure we are more transparent.
I mean,
But
yes,
why would you
that's-
penalize the teams and everything? Like, a lot of people cannot be okay with the way things
globally,
are
the
done,
entire
but
football community needs to take responsibility and go through with it, and then take the lessons onto the next step. Maybe
Yeah.
if you're concerned about environment, then put some environmental criteria next time you want to organize a
true,
World Cup
that's
somewhere.
true.
If you're concerned about human rights, then make sure that's one of the number one things you
Priority,
consider.
true.
yeah.
Because
And-
any country can build stadiums, but
And you are touching on two subjects where Qatar is not shining really. Like,
yeah, but what I mean is that these were known for a long time before.
But is
They
it
even
worse
got
than
into
the
football.
other World Cups? Not sure.
that's the question. I don't think it is. I don't
Yeah,
think
they gave the World Cup to a country that had apartheid.
Yeah, yeah.
And to a
And,
country that I'm not sure I'm gonna see it.
No.
No.
Just say
Putin.
it. Say it.
Hi.
Putin.
Yeah,
I love
they-
Putin.
they
The
gave-
French fries with some extra
Gravy.
grease on them. Oh my god.
Let's stick to the environment. They gave the country to they gave the World Cup to a country that's responsible for one of the most important ecosystems on Earth, which is Brazil.
Brazil.
They have the Amazon.
Yeah.
At the time when there was big political turmoil and they switched to a conservative government that stopped applying a lot of international treaties and encouraged that forests to be destroyed, they built stadiums in the Amazon actually.
Yeah, which is nuts for sure.
And so now we're gonna be
No, no.
concerned about the environment in Qatar.
I'm gonna make a statement that might be controversial, but I think that
Go
the
for it.
Qatar World Cup will probably be the best World Cup as a TV viewer
Really, why would you say that?
because they're really good in doing stuff.
They are.
Well,
they have a lot of
they-
money too.
You know, like
Actually, they're the only country that are hosting a World Cup who've had for the past 10 years or 15 years a dedicated network for football coverage, like
True.
being sport.
Yeah, being sport has revolutionized the viewership.
Yeah, so if those guys are doing that, and usually they, like you said, they do it well. And what are you seeing on the screen when you're watching a football game? You're watching the grass and the players and snippets of the crowd.
Yeah.
yeah,
So you are, even as a viewer, you are confined to
Yeah,
whatever is
immersed.
going on inside the stadium anyway.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And if you choose to not think about it, it could be in any country in the world. You don't
That's
care.
true.
True.
So you're
100%.
not. And I think that's the state of mind that the players and also the supporters who are going there are doing. And I think it's also there is also a lot of hypocrisy from
Yeah.
people who are blaming it, because even when you say the calls for boycott, if you've seen the form of the boycott, I find it hilarious. It's
yes,
like this
it's
city in
dumb
France,
as
like,
shit.
like Amiens, like tiny
Yeah,
city
tiny
in
cities
France,
in France, they
who
said
are
they will not-
boycotting by doing what? By not publicly showcasing the. I mean,
Matches. Yeah. It's
I mean, you don't want people running around and cheering on their team so that they might
Yeah.
not like cause trouble in the street.
No, they're
don't
dumbasses.
put that as a boycott. You're not boycotting shit because by definition a boycott. You're supposed to have an impact on whoever is
Yeah.
doing it.
No,
if you
no.
go to Qatar and tell them Amia is not showing
It's not
the
watching
game,
this. It's like, you know
they're
what?
gonna be
Let's
like,
cancel this. Cancel. Cancel.
Where?
No, it's
So a sheikh is gonna look to the other and like, go buy Amia.
Exactly. Amiens, go get me that. Give me two of them. Give me two Amiens. So
So yeah,
I
I,
don't
mean,
know. I think honestly, like there is also some hatred because Qatar is rich, and the rich has always received some slacks because it's like, oh, he's rich. Like even in our level, like when we see somebody with the super nice car, they're like, oh, I'm sure he's not this. Or I'm
well.
sure.
There's
Like,
another element because Qatar is not known in the world
For soccer.
as a football country. Soccer, come on, man.
football. Absolutely. Sorry.
Football country.
well, Qatar is not known in the world for anything other than being rich. That's
True.
that's what they are trying to change, and that's what this whole strategy that didn't begin with the World Cup. It began way before. and
PSG and so on.
there are a lot of
And they put the means to make things
so
good.
actually if you look at the timeline, and there are some very interesting theories, is that the fact that they bought PSG is the start of a long chain to organize the World Cup
Yeah.
and to establish themselves on the map.
That's the
Because
but
there
is the
is
World Cup the
some-
end goal? You think?
The end goal
What do they
is
have
to
next?
put the end goal is to put Qatar on the map.
Yeah.
And we know from a lot of different, I don't know if it's not witnesses, but just public figures, that they have been trying to have a large event because they've been looking at what's going on in neighboring countries, especially the UAE.
Okay.
The UAE is a very similar situation where it's not a big country but very rich, but who have started to be symbolic of other things. If you think of Dubai, you think of good life and luxury. And
Number one
stuff.
city in the world right now, like
Yeah.
security,
Yeah, and
money,
if you look-
Tax-free,
opportunities,
taxes,
taxes,
man. Just
No, but
teachers,
even-
like everything. But
Even
Like-
for sporting events, you have the
Formula
price.
One.
You have Formula One
You
in
have
Abu Dhabi.
UFC.
You have the
UFC in Abu
priciest
Dhabi.
horse
Yeah.
race in the world
Yeah.
is held in Dubai.
Yeah, but
You
who
have
cares
tennis
about
Poor
opens
horses.
where the big champions they play.
horses? Like who cares? Give me the name of one horse.
Well, those
Scuba diver. You don't know him?
Scooby Dooby Doo. You know, we forgot the over there. That's okay.
you're gonna
That's
laugh,
okay.
but I'm
That's
pretty
okay.
sure there's a horse called Another Day in Paradise.
Probably,
Yeah.
but he's not winning though. I'm
Unless
rooting
you
for Unless you click. Yeah, don't
But,
forget to
we
like.
We should
subscribe.
invite all the horses to like, subscribe. And,
Like, if you like what's going on
Yep.
now, like, get a life first. But if you don't, if you really can't, just click, subscribe, like, comment.
give us another like in paradise.
Give us another like. And trust me, even one like makes a huge difference at this point. So make sure you do it. What happened?
I get emotional when he says one leg.
One like?
all right.
So, yeah.
It's
Well-
gonna be an interesting World Cup. And
I think it will be, yeah.
Morocco is there, bro.
You know, like we are happy for Morocco just to be there.
I'm
Which-
happy for all the African countries, to be honest.
Yeah, but still, like, isn't it a little bit lame to be like, oh, well, we are just happy to participate? Like,
Well,
we don't
baby
really...
steps, bro.
Um,
Bro,
baby steps from
when you
when?
go 20 years without being in
Listen,
a World Cup,
listen.
being there is already
That's true.
huge.
That's
we were
true.
there the last World Cup.
Wait
No,
a second.
but
Yes, we
before
were.
that-
We were. But here is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Morocco is soccer or football. Sorry, excuse me. My bad. Football is a very popular sport in Morocco.
Yes,
Yeah.
How come it doesn't translate in professional level?
because we don't have the infrastructure to get to a professional
It's
level.
cheap to play football. I'm not talking about golf or tennis
No,
or
but
whatever.
football at the highest level now requires a lot of investment, and it requires also, especially for successful team, it requires infrastructure and good governance and a lot of push at the local level to have a national football identity.
Il est comme en croisé.
Les croisés.
It's
Les
a-
croisés. So what do you think we're gonna? What do you think is gonna happen to? Listen, if Qatar
wins the World Cup.
wins the
man.
World Cup, I'm out. I'm out.
That would be so funny, man.
Listen,
I-
that would be really cool. I would actually enjoy it.
Me too.
I think they will.
Come on,
they will
come on.
surprise by
Nah,
going
they will not
a bit far,
surprise.
maybe quarterfinals or something.
How often did they qualify to the World Cup?
It's the first time.
Exactly.
they-
They qualified because they
okay, so wait,
organized
Did
it.
they qualify or it's just because they are hosting?
Yeah,
It's
so
just
they
because
never
they are
technically
hosting.
qualified.
Exactly.
They are automatically qualified.
Okay.
Exactly. So,
So it's
yeah.
their very first time on that stage.
But if they win it,
it's
come on.
already thing. I don't think they'll win it, but they might. They've been nurturing this team for forever.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
what the only thing that I appreciate about the Qatar national team is that they moved from a culture of naturalizing foreign players to actually having all like local players.
Local players, yeah,
Because
And I
they
was-
have that infrastructure you were talking about.
That's true. That's true.
And I was looking at something very funny, and there are, I think, only four teams participating to the World Cup where their players all play at the national
Teams.
level.
Level,
like
yeah,
in
yeah,
the-
yeah, the ground.
in the country.
Really?
Only four.
Which are they?
So you have England, you have Qatar,
No.
you have Saudi Arabia,
Yes.
and the fourth one I forget.
Yeah.
The fourth
Not
one,
Morocco though. We have a lot of players from outside, right?
Yeah, of course. But like most countries, France also,
Denmark.
just like Spain, just like Denmark, just like they play all over the place. But there are four teams. I forgot which is the fourth one.
That's okay. We don't
Anyway,
care. We don't care
it's,
that much. Don't worry about it.
It's Stein.
We don't care that much.
You can verify it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
And so it's
Middle East is not really good in soccer. Can we say this?
well they
Well, they compete against each other most of the time, so
Yeah, but
like besides the World Cup,
No,
when will you judge?
I don't think they've ever made it to a second round except maybe for Saudi Arabia.
But
back
wait,
in
wait a
94.
second. Does the Middle East count with Asia?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
All right,
Middle East and Asia
they're
are
not
not
that
that
bad
good,
because
so-
like what's it called?
Australia,
They
Korea.
they won against Korea.
but who cares,
was
man?
that?
So
Listen.
Qatar a few years back they won the Asian Cup. So
Europe,
they beat the likes
Europe
of-
is where soccer is.
Yeah,
happening.
100%.
Like by far. Like
By
even
very
in
far.
America, like
No.
Canada is in our group. Okay, it's a good country, but it's not Spain, it's not Italy, it's not.
Yeah,
England,
but they're
it's not-
players though.
Yeah, but
They
still.
don't play in Canada.
I agree, but just
They
a
play
few
in
of
Europe.
them,
They play in MLS, which
Well,
is kind
which
of
is kind of
mixed,
shit.
a
Come on.
mixed league. But
MLS
they
is
do
when
have
dreams go to die,
Two
man.
or three players who play at a very high
Okay,
level.
so if that's the case, Morocco shouldn't have a problem against them.
Against Canada, easy.
Morocco
Easy.
always has problems against the weaker teams.
Exactly. We play really well. Like last World
Yeah,
Cup
yeah.
against like the big teams, we really like tackled that task really well.
Well, actually, the last World Cup we dominated all three games,
Yeah,
which was
unheard
Almost.
of.
impossible to dream.
Yeah.
And we managed to score just 2 goals, and it's a shame it was in the same game.
What would be the probability of Morocco winning the World Cup?
Wow.
For you, it's 0.
Slim to none.
Yeah, 0.
You don't think that a country like Morocco, me personally, I believe that if we go past the group stage,
We can make something happen.
we can make something happen.
I think we
It's,
will.
it's simple.
because-
If you beat Croatia and Belgium, then all of the players start to believe. But what I think is that at some point you get found out because
Yeah.
winning a World Cup, usually you have to be at a very, very high level. And I remember the last World Cup, 2 specific teams that did that. You know, that they were hyped up because even Morocco, a lot of people are saying, like, I watch shows in France, in England, and when they start analyzing Morocco, they say, you know, this guy plays for Paris Saint-Germain, this guy plays for Bayern Munich, and this guy. I mean, they have a pretty solid team. So they might be like the underdogs and might do some stuff. Croatia was like this 4 years
Oh
ago.
my God.
And they made
Guys,
it.
Long
You
day,
need the
long
Red
day.
Bulls?
They made it. It's only when I speak. Don't worry. and then they made it to the
I laugh
final.
because it's true. No, I'm just kidding.
This is another day in,
In
hell.
paradise.
That's what-
No, but that's honestly, I think Morocco
Belgium
can
was
go
the
far.
same. Belgium was the same. They had the golden generation. All of their players were playing at the super high level. They are all almost the best players of their own league.
What
They
is
came-
Morocco highest result, best result in the World Cup?
Second round.
Second round. That's it.
Yeah, but back.
86 against Germany.
Okay.
We lost.
So we fucked.
No. If we get past the group stages,
I love how he's so confident.
No,
One
I
point
think we
and
are
then-
fucked. No, seriously, like honestly, we have some great great players individually.
Yeah.
Hakimi and so on. They play in the best teams, etc. Very competitive, but collectively, we can't make things happen.
bro, Morocco works well when they're the underdogs, and
True.
if they go past the group stage, there will be underdog mode
all the
way.
time, all the way.
And there's one
absolutely.
thing that is particular. I know I'm Moroccan. I might be biased, but I think I've seen quite enough to say that there's not a lot of countries that have like Morocco printed, like their country printed in their DNA,
True.
like
True.
Morocco. And
Like, yeah, we don't always get along and there's a lot of shit going on. But one thing we're very good at
Yeah.
is sticking together when
True.
there's outside
man, like
adversary
you
or
know,
criticism.
True. That's true.
a
Which is
competition
true
like the
for
World
everybody,
Cup
I guess.
is, I would say, a big chunk of it comes from the. I'm gonna use a word that is not a word, but comes from the humph. You know the humph,
oomph. Very British word. Oomph.
the humph. And when we get the humph, bro, I honestly think that if we pass the group stage, unless we come in front of a team that doesn't
killer.
that doesn't play with the emotions and are like mechanical, like some kind of Germany or something,
Or
I
Denmark.
promise you we have our chances.
Yeah, we could.
No,
How
but
about
it's I'm not even going that far because it would be a real achievement
Qatar
to
is
just
pretty
make
far.
it past the second the second round. I mean, if you get out of the group, I think it's already a very successful World Cup for Morocco.
So a lot of people talk about the two best players in the world. I know the Ballon d'Or has been won by Benzema, but the
Yeah.
two best players that we have been talking
Well,
about
one of
for
them
the
is
last-
not in the World Cup.
well,
in the
yeah,
past
that's
15
true.
years.
That's true. In the past 15 years is Messi, who plays for Argentina, and
Oh, you're talking about those guys.
and Cristiano, who's
Okay.
playing obviously for Portugal. But none of these teams, I don't really see them winning.
Man, I see Argentina
Portugal-
this year, man.
But Portugal, no.
Even
Portugal,
man,
on paper, they have one of the best squads ever assembled for a World Cup.
But the
Because
team spirit is just not there, I guess.
it's not the team spirit. It's just are they used to work together that much?
None of the
and can
teams
you
are
make them
used to work together. None of the teams are.
But that's why it depends on
Yeah,
the
but-
mood, the coaching, and everything.
But
if
Argentina,
if
man.
you look at player by player, Portugal's squad is terrifying because in each position they have one of the
Top five.
top 3-5
Yeah,
players
top five.
in his position. Yeah.
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 And a lot of
But
other good players.
Argentina has a motivation. Like the whole squad is playing for Messi. Messi needs to win the World Cup.
Just like the whole squad in Portugal is playing for Cristiano.
no, not the same way.
Not anymore.
Like it's almost officially stated that we play for. We need to get like they all have that extra humph
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Morocco has as well.
That Morocco has definitely.
Like basically, it's to them they're lucky to have Messi, and
And
it's
they
the
owe it
last
to
World
him.
Cup they're gonna have him at when he's playing and feeling this good this year.
Yeah,
he's
he's been
having
playing
a
better
very
in
good-
the in the final
Yeah,
in the
a very
last
good
season,
season
in
so
PSG.
far.
Yeah.
So even for them, because it's not like Argentina won I don't know how many like World Cups, and they're not like they have some years where they get to the final like in 2014, but before that the last appearance in a semi-final was since forever.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
They are aware that it's not that easy to get there. So this is the last year that they have Messi. So a
Who's-
lot of them are like, let's just make sure
push it all the way and see what
we
happens.
support him enough so that he can work his magic and we make us win the goddamn thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
just like what he used to do in his club before PSG.
But how
which is like
Beautiful would it be to see a final Portugal against Argentina, man?
that would be, I think, the most views in the
Man,
That-
that
that's
would
the most
be
epic fight.
magical.
It's the Ballon d'Or final.
Yeah,
it's like the
not
final
even
to
the
end
Ballon-
all debates.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you're
We've
gonna
been- we-
determine who's the best player to ever have played the game.
Yeah.
Like, period.
It's we've been either interested, bored, fascinated, whatever by this confused by this confrontation between the two for so many years, and you throw in all kind of statistics, you know, like most goals scored, most Ballon d'Ors
assists,
won,
most this, most that. Yeah.
most trophies won, yeah, but most clubs played in, blah blah blah. It's all blurry. The only thing everybody agrees with is like, yeah, but none of them has won the World Cup.
Yeah.
So
True
that's
that.
why you get some like old timers coming with like, yeah, that's why Maradona and Pelé are so much better. Blah,
God
blah,
bless his soul, Maradona. Te quiero, Diego. Te quiero. All right.
What was that?
You don't know the song Te Quiero, Diego? Anyways, yeah, I think it's how about France? What do you see France? Do you think it's
I see them crashing
France-
out in the first round.
you think
Epic
France has
style,
been
man.
winning like World Cups pretty consistently these last years? Twice in the last 3 editions or 3.
Yeah,
But
but
they
there,
won in '98 and 2018.
Yeah.
there is some kind of
But they
malediction
Curse?
curse
Yeah.
on the winners,
on the holder.
on
Yeah.
the holder of the cup that
Yeah.
usually gets out the first round.
Mm.
However, there are elements that may cause a bit of mayhem inside the
Qatar is
squad.
different.
But I think that maybe the fact that they have certain maybe like players that are not there, like Paul Pogba, that was
Yeah.
a bit inside the story of maraboutage.
Yeah, that was a little bit stupid, but
Oh my god!
like his brother who was like
Yeah,
a
like
player who never really made it big said, "Oh, he's using marabout like
Against
sorcerers,
Mbappe.
etc. Against this, against that." Which is honestly, it's a non-story. It was bullshit. And the way he prepared the story,
but
I have
France
some
made it a big
revelations.
ass
But
story,
it will-
man.
France
They
will always make-
they invited a marabout on national TV to
Yeah.
like speak about like the. Honestly, it's just
But
voyeurism at this point.
It's France. They love drama.
It's also
I mean, it's
BFM
a-
for
it's-
people
it's
who know
a-
France. It's very.
It's a
telling.
country. It's a country that does protest for sport.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyways,
I mean,
Les Gilets
but
jaunes.
yeah,
Aye.
going back to what you said, I see them crashing out in the first round because.
Is Benzema playing, by the way?
So that's the thing. A
Yeah,
lot
he
of
said
their
yes.
very good players are coming in there injured, and every single World Cup I've watched, every big teams with big players who have forced those players to
play.
kind of rush into playing. They are not playing at an optimum level. So France crashed out of after winning in '98. They crashed out in the first round in a very easy group, like Senegal, Denmark, and Uruguay. Not the Uruguay with Suarez that we know
Yeah, yeah.
today. I mean, back then they weren't that important. They were last in that group, and they had Zidane, but Zidane was injured,
yeah.
and they forced him to still come in the team. He missed the first 2 games, and he played atrociously in the.
But
the third
we
one.
could argue that
Benzema is the
forcing
same.
injured player, Ronaldo did it and won the Euro in 2016.
Yeah, but.
But that's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Of course, of
So-
course, of
But
course.
what I mean is that he got injured at
Towards
the
the
Euro.
end.
No,
Yeah.
he started the Euro. Even
Yeah, yeah. He just didn't finish the
No,
last
no,
match.
but there's a difference between like a little twitch. Or
But
twinge.
isn't Benzema a little twinge right now?
No, he's been out. He couldn't play the last 3 games for Real Madrid, and he's still being rehabilitated now. He's not like training on the day-to-day basis. With
But
the
I
team.
heard they said,
But
"Are you,
isn't
are
that
you like ready to
Varane
play?" He said,
is
"Yes."
the same.
But isn't it
And
done
Kunku
to be
just-
ready for the World Cup? I know
But
for
maybe he
instance,
took a break.
But-
Argentinian
but that's
players
the problem.
had like the federation told them like you get like one tiny bit of
Issue.
of an issue, you drop to the ground and get the fuck out of
The field,
of
yeah.
the field.
Yeah,
So I guess we'll have a
We
lot
saw-
of surprises
that,
this
we're
well.
this
In
World
some
Cup.
We're well. When is Morocco playing? First game
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
next
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
We will.
in 1 week from now.
Yeah, we should.
And
all
guys,
get
you should
together.
follow
It's at 10 in the morning.
Foutoir podcast
You
that's
should
coming back
yes.
for the World Cup.
Everybody who speaks French
Yeah.
and who loves debates about soccer, we are getting everything together again with the
Season
Foutoir.
2 of Le Foutoir
Season
is
2 of
coming.
Le Foutoir is coming. The
Yes,
World
sir.
Cup is going to be very exciting. Don't forget to follow us and
Équipe.
follow also us on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Another Day in Paradise is on all those 3 platforms. And thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.